crafters, happy St. Patrick's Day! Today we are going to be making this wonderful 4-leaf clover leprechaun. Isn't he adorable? In your packet, you are going to have the 4-leaf clover to cut out. You're going to have some green, some black, and some yellow construction paper, a fuzzy for his nose, and 2 eyes so that he can smile back at you. For this craft, you are going to need some scissors, some glue stick, a Sharpie, and some white glue. So you need a little bit of all of that. Now, the first thing to get started with is by cutting out your shamrock. Now you don't want this black line to show, but a little trick is that while you are cutting, if you cut on the outside of the black line, then when we're done, we can just flip it over and then the black line doesn't show as part of your craft. So we're going to cut around each of the clover pieces and down through the stem. How many of you have ever found a 4-leaf clover? Have you gone outside and looked? Most clovers have 3 leaves. There's a lot of clover in our grass here in Indiana, and you can find a 4-leaf clover if you're lucky. They're out there. I found 1 or 2 in my lifetime. You can take it then and press it inside a book, and then you'll have your little 4-leaf clover to show people that you actually found one. Pretty cool. All right, so as you finish cutting, you can see that I've left a lot of the black showing. You want your shamrock to be as big as possible, and so if you cut on the inside, it'd be a lot smaller. So now here's the trick. Just flip it over, and it's perfect. So we have our whole little canvas here to work on today, and you're going to want to place your eyes somewhere on there, and put your nose wherever you want it to go, and we're going to draw our little smile on. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw my smile in, like that. And for the eyes and the little fluff ball, you are going to want to use the white glue. Glue stick is not going to hold it in place. So put a nice little dab of glue for each of those. So there's his little nose. He's so cute. And then a dab of glue for that eye, and a dab of glue for this eye. Now, making the hat can be a little tricky. So we're going to sort of set that off and let it dry. You don't want a huge hat, and you don't want a tiny hat. You want a hat that's just going to fit perfectly. So we're going to sort of make it so that it sits over here on the side. So actually, if you have a little pencil handy, you may just want to draw that in so that you have your measurements. So we're going to go here, and I'm going to come in on both sides of my drawing, and then I'm going to go up and make the hat. Now the way I have that drawn, it looks too much like a top hat, so I think I need it to go a little bit wider and not so tall. And again, when you cut out your drawing that you've drawn on there with your pencil, if you flip it over, then it's perfect, and you don't have any of that drawing on there. So I'm just going to snip my hat here and see if I like it, because I'm actually going to cut it a little bit taller than I think I want it. You always can go smaller, but once you're too small, you have to start over. So that doesn't work real well. All right, so I'm going to flip it over. Do I like it? Does it fit? Yeah, pretty well. So that's going to be his hat. Now we have a black bar that we're going to glue on there, and it's a little too wide in my opinion, so I'm just going to give it a little snip. And we're going to take our glue stick, because gluing paper to paper, glue stick works just fine. I'm just going to draw a line there and put our bar across the top of his hat. I'm trying to get it even with the bottom there. Okay, now you can see some of it sticking off out the back here, so we'll just give that a snip off. And it's a little crooked. I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, we'll just leave it. Now, the buckle is also going to be a little tricky. It can be a little bit bigger than the black line, so I'm going to trim this down just a smidgen, so that I have a nice little rectangle. Now, here's the trick for making the buckle. You're going to fold the paper in half, hopefully directly in half. Okay. And then we're going to take a little snip on this side, a little snip on that side. Then you're going to try to cut the other end off. So there's a cut around, and it should leave us with a hole in the center. Another trick I suppose you could do is just lay the yellow on there and color it with Sharpie. But this is one way to get a hole inside a square of paper. There you go. So I'm going to take my glue stick, put enough glue around that little buckle, glue it right on, press it and hold it for a second or two so it stays. And then all we need to do is glue it to our little leprechaun, Shamrock. So I'm going to put enough glue on the back here and stick him on wherever I want it. There we go, guys. Isn't he adorable? It's a great little St. Patrick's Day decoration. So here we have twins. Our little St. Patrick Shamrocks. You can even name them if you want. I would love to see your Shamrock, boys and girls. Get your Shamrock and have Mom or Dad put a picture in the comments so that I can see your Shamrock, because I bet they're going to be adorable. You could even make a whole string of them and make like a garland for St. Patrick's Day decoration. All right, boys and girls, my name is Miss Lisa. This has been the Crafty Corner for the Fayette Public Library. I want to see you at the library. Come pick up your packets, and we'll have another craft for you real soon. Bye now.